This is the second in a series of 4 videos about creating selected response items. This section is about multiple choice items. Multiple choice items have 2 main parts. The stem, which presents the students with a problem, and it's typically written as a direct question or as an incomplete statement. In this example, the stem is the main transportation center for train and airplane traffic in the Southeast is. The options are the response alternatives from which children have to choose. Sometimes they're called choices. There's the answer, which is the correct alternative, and the distractors. Sometimes these are called decoys or foils. In this example, the options are Atlanta, Miami, New Orleans, and Tuscaloosa. When you're formatting multiple choice items, you want to make sure that each option appears on a separate line under the item stem. You don't want to list options side by side because students might miss the second, third, or fourth item in the list. It's preferable to use uppercase letters to identify each option. There are some advantages to using multiple choice items. They're very versatile. They can be used to measure a variety of learning outcomes from simple to complex, starting with knowledge, understanding, application, synthesis, and evaluation. They are the most widely adaptable to most subject matter content, and they can be scored easily and objectively. There's one right answer for each multiple choice item, theoretically. And you can give many items in a short period of time. There are also some limitations to multiple choice items. Students only need to recognize a correct answer. They don't have to work to construct one. They don't have to show their work. Good multiple choice items are time-consuming to develop, and there are heavy demands on reading ability. Sometimes it's difficult to devise enough plausible distractors, and they can be susceptible to guessing. What are the flaws in this item? In this example, there isn't a full question. It just says obsidian. You need to have a clearly formulated problem in the stem. So instead of having it be just the word obsidian with your 4 options, you want to put the question in the stem. To correct this flaw, the stem should be meaningful by itself and should present a definite problem. You also want to make sure that all of the options are similar in length and form. And you only want to include meaningful distractors, even if that means only having 3 to choose from. So instead of just having the stem say obsidian, you want it to be a full question or a full statement that they can complete. So instead you change it to something like, what type of rock is obsidian? Igneous, metamorphic, or sedimentary? Now, there's only 3 types of rocks. There's no reason to include a 4th distractor that isn't related. What is the flaw in this stem? When you look at the stem, there's a clue in the stem that matches one of the options. Verbal associations between the stem and correct answer should be avoided. You don't want to have any clues in your stem. So instead, you just need to get the word volcanic out of the stem of the item. So instead, you change it to, in the story Hawaiian Mystery, what did Mark, Alicia, and Alicia have to cross to get free? And the correct answer is volcanic ridge. The other options are tectonic plate, cauldron, and mountain. There's no clue as to which one of these is correct in the stem, so this is a much stronger item. What is the flaw in this stem? There's so much window dressing. You don't need all of this information to answer this question. You want to keep your stem as simple as possible. Keep questions short but to the point. Avoid window dressing that can creep into an item. Set the problem clearly and consistently. The stem should be free of material that is not needed to answer the question. So instead, you could change it to Alex has 3 pints of juice. How many cups can he fill? What is the flaw in this stem? Not. If you're going to use a word like not, you want to make sure that it's very visible. If you must use a negatively stated stem, offset words like no, not, least, or except by underlining them and placing them in italics or bold. So instead, you underline and capitalize the word not, and that's the only thing you need to do to fix this item. What's the flaw in this stem? There's a clue because it says a. You don't want to include grammatical clues in this stem. All the responses should be grammatically consistent with the stem. So if you're going to end it with a, you want to make sure that you have the option an as well, because 2 of the distractors begin with a vowel and they need that word to be an instead of a. What is the flaw in this stem? There are too many clues in this question. What is the name of the largest city in Illinois that is nicknamed the Windy City? You gave them 2 clues. Do you really want to know if they know the name of the largest city in Illinois, or do you really want to know that the nickname of the largest city in Illinois is the Windy City? Either one is fine, but you want to make sure that there's only 1 clue in your stem. Provide only 1 clue for a correct answer and only focus on 1 concept at a time. To fix this one, you just need to change it to picking one of those. What is the name of the largest city in Illinois?